Why do we watch horror? Why do we pay to be afraid? It's all because of them, the icons of terror, not just characters but living nightmares that have crawled into our subconscious. But what makes a horror villain truly scary? Is it the mask, the motive, or the absolute chilling certainty that they will return? Today we're diving deep into the psychology of fear to find out. So lock your doors, dim the lights, and get ready, because we're counting down the scariest horror villains of all time. And fair warning, once you've seen them all, you'll never sleep the same again. Opening up this box of horror at number 10, we have a possessed doll with a foul mouth and a knife. Chucky.
I said talk to me, damn it, or else I'm gonna throw you in the fire!
You stupid bitch, you filthy slut! Did you fuck with me?
When you rank horror villains, Chucky, the killer doll, always seems to land near the bottom. He's just a doll, people say. Just kick him. But to dismiss Chucky is to fundamentally misunderstand the unique and potent terror he represents. Unlike the other much taller killers on this list, his terror is much more insidious. Chucky's genius lies in the total corruption of innocence. A doll is a symbol of childhood safety and trust. When that symbol turns on you, when it starts spitting vulgar threats and wielding a kitchen knife, it taps into something deeply unsettling. It makes you look at every toy in your child's bedroom and think, what if? He is the ultimate betrayal of a child's sanctuary. A grown man can usually outrun, outfight, or simply outmuscle a 6-foot slasher, but Chucky, he can hide anywhere. Under the bed, in a cupboard, behind a box of cereal, he forces his victims into a state of permanent paranoia. The terror isn't in his strength, it's in his absolute ability to be undetectable until it's too late. Finally, Chucky has the enduring malice of Charles Lee Ray, a human serial killer. He can't be reasoned with, he cannot truly be killed, and he keeps coming back to possess new bodies and wreck new lives. The reason Chucky remains one of the scariest, because he teaches us that sometimes the biggest threats come in the smallest, most trusted packages. Ringing in at number 9, we pick up for the villain obsessed with turning horror movie trivia into a death sentence, Ghostface.
It was a simple game, Cotton. You should have told me where Sydney was. Now, you lose.
In a genre dominated by supernatural powerhouses and dream demons, Ghostface is often dismissed as just a person in a mask. But that mask is exactly why the killer from Scream is arguably the most terrifying horror icon of them all. His fear isn't supernatural, it's hyper-realistic. He's not a curse or a ghost, he is human, and that's what makes him unpredictable. He trips, he bleeds, he makes mistakes, but he's fueled by something far scarier than immortality, obsession. But it's not just the mask or the knife or that distorted voice that makes your spine tingle. It's the fact that anyone could be behind it. The most chilling part of the Ghostface persona is that the killer is never the same person twice, yet it's always someone you know. Every Scream movie is a tense, paranoid whodunit where your best friend, your boyfriend, or even your sibling could be the one waiting to stab you. This taps into our fundamental, real-world fear of betrayal, and the chilling thought that a psychopath could be hiding in plain sight, right inside your closest circle. The taunts, the trivia games, the psychological manipulation. It turns the victim's own mind against them before the physical attack even begins. It's the ultimate terror of an unseen threat that knows too much. You can kill the person behind the mask, but you can't kill the mask itself. The constant return of new killers and new motives means the threat is viral and permanent. Ghostface is the living embodiment of our fear of human depravity, proving that the scariest monster is always the one you might actually know. Pulling the strings, at number 8, we have the twisted mastermind who forces his victims to make a choice. John Kramer, better known as Jigsaw.
Hello, Amanda. You don't know me, but I know you. I want to play a game.
Stands in a league of his own. He's not your typical slasher chasing victims with a knife. No, Jigsaw makes you your own executioner. The twisted mastermind who forced his victims to make a choice, live or die, with terrible consequences either way. There's the philosophy behind it. Jigsaw doesn't kill out of rage or revenge. He kills with purpose. He believes he's teaching people to appreciate life by forcing them through unimaginable pain to earn it. That calm, calculating logic wrapped in morality makes him one of horror's most chilling minds. He wants to break your will and force you into a gruesome self-realization. He's judging your moral character, your survival instinct, and your appreciation for life. The true horror isn't the trap, it's the horrific choice the trap forces you to make. This creates a unique dread. You are your own worst enemy. Jigsaw's terror is purely intellectual, his influence is generational. John Kramer himself is a frail, dying old man, yet the traps continue. His terrifying legacy is carried on by disciples, people who truly believe in his mission. This means the threat isn't just one killer, but a cult of philosophy. Jigsaw isn't a monster hiding in the shadows. He's a man with a message, one that makes you question your own limits. He doesn't just make you scream, he makes you think, because deep down we all know if Jigsaw judged our lives, everyone might not pass his test. Revving this thing up at number 7, our last true human out of the state of Texas, Leatherface. When we talk about terrifying horror villains, many think images of the supernatural, strong demons, silent ghosts, or cosmic entities. But few can rival the chilling presence of Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Inspired loosely by real-life killer Ed Gein, Leatherface is terrifying because he's a human being, albeit a deeply disturbed one. He's not a supernatural force. He's a product of his environment, raised in a family of cannibals. This grounds the horror in a grim reality, the fear that such depravity exists, hidden away in forgotten corners of the world. He's a distorted reflection of humanity's darkest impulses, making his chainsaw massacres feel disgustingly real. His weapon of choice isn't just a knife, it's a chainsaw. Leatherface embodies the terror of isolation, insanity, and human cruelty. He doesn't chase you because he's evil, he chases you because he doesn't know any better. A broken mind controlled by a family of cannibals, reduced to an obedient butcher with a power tool. Finally, Leatherface wears a mask made of human skin, a different one for each mood or role he plays within his family. This isn't just grotesque, it represents a complete loss of his own identity, subsumed into the twisted dynamic of his kin. He's a monster born of circumstance, operating without conscience, making him a terrifying symbol of raw, unknown violence. So tell me, if you heard a chainsaw start up in the dark, would you run fast enough to make it out alive? Opening the box, at number 6, we find Pinhead, the lead Cenobite from Hellraiser.
The box. You opened it. We came.
It's just a puzzle box!
Oh no. It is a means to summon us.
In horror, most villains simply kill you and the fear is over. But Pinhead offers something more unique and dreadful. His terror doesn't end with death, it's just the beginning of eternal, transcendent suffering. He and the uncanny Cenobites aren't mindless killers, they are explorers in the further regions of experience. They arrive when the Lament configuration, a puzzle box, is opened by someone seeking extreme pleasure or power. The real horror, the victims invited them. They are not stalkers from the shadows, they honor a contract, a deal for sensations beyond human comprehension. They are the ultimate debt collectors, the visual terror is immediate. Pinhead's elegant, leather-clad appearance boldly contrasts with the precise pins in his skull. His tools are not blunt instruments but hooks and chains designed to tear and rearrange flesh, blurring the line between pain and pleasure. This isn't murder, it's dissection. Pinhead offers no escape. He's an immortal, extra-dimensional being. You can't shoot him, you can't run, and you can't reason with him. He doesn't want your life, he wants your soul to condemn it to an eternity of endless sensation. He represents something deeper than fear. He's horror's answer to temptation, curiosity, desire, and the human urge to touch the forbidden. He's not chasing victims, he's waiting for you to summon him, and that's what makes him so terrifying. Pinhead is the horror of knowing that some doors once opened can never be closed. Continuing the countdown at number 5, let's pop this tape in. Oh no, it's Samara Morgan, also known as Sadako Yamamura. Speaking of the scariest villains, this one doesn't even chase or slash. She isn't scary because she's loud or violent either. She is one of the scariest villains because she represents pure, cold inevitability. Her countdown begins the moment you press play. Unlike a physical killer, Sadako is a viral curse. Her power isn't her strength, it's the VHS tape itself. This makes her terror transferable, unstoppable, and unpredictable. You don't have to be in the wrong place, you just have to watch a movie. The fear is passed person to person, making the victim's own curiosity or ignorance the mechanism of their doom. It's the ultimate digital jump scare. Her most terrifying moment is the violation of a safe space. When she crawls out of the television set, she shatters the fundamental comfort of the living room. The TV is supposed to be a window to another world, a source of entertainment. Instead, she brings her supernatural reality, her well, into your world, bridging the two realities and making your most familiar piece of furniture a portal to death. It's a chilling moment. Sadako isn't just a ghost, she's a reflection of our fears in the digital age. She punishes us for watching what we shouldn't, for pushing play when we were warned not to. And finally, her appearance is the pinnacle of eerie, the long black-haired soaked figure emerging from the static, moving in unnatural, glitching motions. Sadako's story is rooted in tragedy, a psychic child betrayed and murdered, but her vengeance transcends life and death. So if your screen just glitched while watching this, subscribe for good luck or you've got 7 days. Stepping out of the shadows of Haddonfield, Illinois at number 4 is the embodiment of the boogeyman himself, Michael Myers. Every horror villain has a backstory, a tragic curse, a burning motive, or a traumatic past. But Michael Myers, the shape, is built different. He made his debut in Halloween, 1978, and from the very first scene, a 6-year-old boy staring blankly after murdering his sister, audiences knew this wasn't a normal slasher. His terror is the most primal kind, because he is the walking embodiment of pure evil, with no discernible reason for the destruction he causes. He is evil personified. His mask is iconic, but its power is in what it conceals, absolutely nothing. Michael has no facial expressions, no dialogue, and shows zero emotion. This terrifying blankness forces us, the viewers, to project our own fears onto him. He doesn't kill for revenge or pleasure or power. He kills because he exists. There's no reason or empathy. Myers doesn't chase, he stalks. His signature slow, deliberate walk is one of the most frightening elements of his character. It suggests absolute confidence and inevitability. No matter how fast you run, he is always right behind you, never tiring, never hurried. Don't matter how fast you run, he's there. Don't matter how many times he's shot, stabbed, or burned, he gets back up. You can't reason with him because there's nothing inside to reason with. Michael Myers is the ultimate horror villain because he represents senseless violence with no motive, no mercy, and no end. He is the boogeyman made flesh, and his shape never stops stalking and walking toward us. Moving on from Haddonfield to Camp Crystal Lake at number 3, another force of nature that is just as relentless, but fueled by a mother's rage and a child's vengeance, Jason Voorhees. Crystal Lake isn't just a location, it's a cemetery. Jason is bound to that land by a curse of trauma and neglect. He doesn't choose his victims, they choose their own fate by trespassing. This transforms the summer camp, a symbol of youthful freedom, into a hunting ground where the very soil and water are poisoned by his presence. Born from a moment of carelessness that ignited a cycle of vengeance that would never end. A boy drowned by negligence. A mother seeking vengeance. He wasn't born a monster, he was made into one. This gives the audience a flicker of sympathy, which is immediately extinguished by his brutal adult rage. He is the ultimate broken child. His terror is driven by a deep, dark sense of misguided justice, a never-ending quest for revenge on anyone who dares step foot on his haunted grounds. Jason isn't terrifying because he's fast or clever, he's terrifying because he's relentless. He is less a man and more a supernatural powerhouse. The Walking Dead with superhuman strength. You can shoot him, stab him, or even blow him up, but he always returns, wearing that blank, emotionless hockey mask that's become the face of fear itself. That's what cements him as one of the most terrifying villains in horror history. There's no mercy, just that heavy breathing, the crunch of leaves, and the sound of his machete dragging across the ground. He's not chasing his victims for sport, he's delivering punishment for daring to exist where they shouldn't. What makes Jason Voorhees one the most terrifying of all is that he is the walking embodiment of death's own refusal to die. He lingers, a grim reminder that some nightmares don't end until you do. Taking the silver medal home at number 2. I hope you're not getting ready to head to bed after this. We have Freddy Krueger. He owns the one place you absolutely cannot run, cannot hide, and cannot fight back. Your dreams. He is the architect of the subconscious, and that power is why he remains one of horror's scariest villains. He's fear incarnate, a child killer turned vengeful spirit. Freddy returns to haunt the children of the people who burned him alive, not in the flesh, but in their nightmares. Freddy is a master of psychological warfare. His kills aren't just physical. They are surreal, twisted reflections of the victim's deepest anxieties. He preys on their shame, their guilt, and their fear of inadequacy. He doesn't need to break down your door. He breaks your mind. The moment you fall asleep, your most private, protected space becomes his playground, and your own imagination is weaponized against you. Unlike the silent killers, Freddy talks, he cracks jokes, he taunts, and he enjoys the hunt with a terrifying, sadistic glee. His burnt face, the striped sweater, and that iconic razor glove, they all combine with a personality that is relentlessly cruel. He wants you to know exactly how he's going to dispatch you, making the psychological torment as important as the final kill. Freddy's immortality is tied to the memory of him. As long as he's remembered, he exists. And because his hunting ground is sleep, he attacks the very function that is supposed to recharge and protect us. His greatest terror lies in his ability to corrupt the peace of slumber, turning the need for rest into a death sentence. So go ahead, try to stay awake, or hit that like button so Freddy doesn't visit you tonight in your sleep. Alright, enough with the scares that just scratch the surface. We've talked about the best of the best, but now it's time for the definitive king of screen terror. There was no other choice for this spot. This is a villain that terrorizes an entire town, preys on the most vulnerable, and can morph into whatever your worst fear is, taking the gold medal home at number 1 for scariest horror villains of all time. It has to be the dancing clown from the sewers.
Bill, if you'll come with me, you'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float too.
Pennywise. You ever wonder why so many people are afraid of clowns? Blame this guy. Pennywise, the ancient shape-shifting entity from It, has been haunting the town of Derry for centuries. Every 27 years he wakes up, crawls out of the sewer, and starts hunting. His terror isn't based on a single weapon or location. It's based on the most paralyzing thing of all, your imagination. Pennywise's true form is incomprehensible, but he manifests as whatever scares you the most. This means every time he appears, the horror is perfectly tailored, intensely personal, and absolutely inescapable. He might show up as a clown, but that's just his favorite disguise. He is the physical embodiment of your mind's worst trauma. You can't fight him with a machete, you have to fight the deepest, darkest secrets of your own soul. And while Freddy invades your dreams, Pennywise invades your mind. His focus on children is arguably the most terrifying element. He exploits the inherent trust, innocence, and vulnerability of youth. They're his favorite, because fear tastes better when it's pure. He lures his prey with games and balloons, turning a figure of joy into the ultimate symbol of betrayal. This adds a layer of profound moral horror that few other villains can touch. What makes Pennywise truly terrifying isn't just the blood or the balloons. He knows your weak spots and hits them with a smile. He is your childhood fear that the world is not safe, that the adults won't believe you, and that the thing under your bed is not only real, but it's hungry. So the next time you see a lone red balloon, ask yourself, what are you truly afraid of? Because Pennywise already knows, and it's waiting. So there you have it. Our top 10 scariest horror villains of all time. From Chucky, the killer doll who always finds a way back, to Ghostface, the human betrayer in the mask, and Jigsaw, the philosophical puppet master forcing impossible choices. We endured the grounded human depravity of Leatherface, submitted to the eternal suffering offered by pinheads, and dealt with the inevitable wet silence of Samara/Sadako. We stared into the cold blank evil of Michael Myers and swam against the relentless current of Jason Voorhees. Finally, we confronted the mind games of Freddy Krueger, who haunts the only place you can't run from. But our number 1 fright remains Pennywise, the cosmic clown who feeds on everything you fear. So tell me, if you had to spend one night trapped in a house with any one of them, who's your pick? And how long do you think you'd last? This is Usefulest Perspectives. Thanks for facing your anxieties with me. Did your favorite villain make the cut? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the terrifying side of cinema. Until next time, stay safe, try to stay awake, and maybe leave the lights on tonight. If that list left you needing a bit of a palate cleanser, you're in luck. Check out our video on the top 15 most popular gaming characters. You can thank us later for the good night's sleep.